Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzie and I'm your host for today's show. Not going to do an intro today, and I feel like we can just go straight into the biggest match, the biggest moment of match week 9 in the Premier League. And there's no other place but to start with this fixture here. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 5. What a scoreline. Let me repeat that. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 5. What a game. What a result for my beloved Liverpool there. Unbelievable scenes at Old Trafford. To be honest, I was quite confident going into this game, as I did a match preview last week with my friend Sid, who's also a Manchester United fan. But we completely dismantled this United team. I wish I could actually show you the goals rather than go through the sort of match highlights with you, but fortunately I can't do that due to copyright issues there. But let's start with the first goal. So Salah threw on goal, slips it to Naby Keita, and he finished it with the side foot 1-0. Fantastic start for Liverpool there. I think it was like the 3rd minute of the game. So great start. You can tell Liverpool just raring to go and definitely wanted to make a good impression in the game. For me, Keita had a fantastic performance. I know he had a sort of below par performance against Atletico Madrid midweek, despite scoring a great goal. But I think he definitely showed his worth during this game. Unfortunately, was injured during the latter stages, which we'll go into in detail a little bit more as I do my review here. But hopefully it's not too serious and he'll be back in no time. Second goal, beautiful cross by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and then Jota sliding in with a finish. So 2-0 up, and at that time we were feeling quite confident, and then the goals just started flooding in afterwards. So third goal, Keita to Salah, and then bang, another goal there, back of the net. First Liverpool player to score against Manchester United in 3 consecutive games at Old Trafford, which is a fantastic record. As we all know, Old Trafford is not an easy game or easy fixture to win, let alone score on a frequent basis. So fantastic achievement there from the Egyptian king. And the 4th goal, Jota passes to Salah in the box, and a lovely finish into the back of the net from Mo Salah there. Half time, so this is half time, 4-0, Liverpool cruising. United fans are slowly leaving the stadium at half time, which you normally don't see. And the 5th goal for me was my favourite goal. I don't think this assist is being spoken about right now, but that pass from our captain Hendo there was pretty much Gerrard-esque. Reminds you of the Gerrard and Torres combo. I think it was Newcastle, where he slid that ball through, and it was a similar type of pass with the outside of his foot. And this was sort of picture perfect in regards to that. And Salah able to get the ball and finished it with his outside of his foot clinically. So a hat-trick for Mo Salah there. Klopp said after the game that after that, we pretty much, held our fire and didn't really go for the attack further than that. But I think the damage was done after that. Manchester United, unfortunately, weren't challenging Liverpool in any shape or form, which, is pure delight for us Liverpool fans. The sort of negative or the down moment of this game was the tackle from Pogba on Keita. No doubt about it. It's an absolute red card. And I believe Ronaldo possibly should have got a red card in the first half where he lashed the ball onto Curtis Jones, and then you had a bit of a scuffle there, which is entertaining for some of us fans. When you have Ronaldo trying to step up to certain players, Van Dijk nudging him, Bruno Fernandes, don't know who he thought what he was doing there, trying to push Van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate pushing him from behind. So goes to show that Liverpool, we're not no pushovers whatsoever, physically and as a team in general. We don't have like small players like Joe Allen's in our team sort of thing. Like we've got big players that will, hold their ground and show you, what's what basically. So obviously not the friendliest side of the game, but when you're playing at the highest level, you need to show a bit of aggression. So for me, I'm all for that, to be honest with you. But let's speak about United briefly. Fans will say that their team defended poorly, but unfortunately, that is Manchester United. They don't defend better than that, in my opinion. It wasn't like a poor day in the office. It was that's Manchester United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Um, Harry Maguire was poor, and he was poor against Leicester City the other day in their 4-2 defeat there. So for me, there's no, there's no sort of like difference in terms of performances so far this season. And this was the actual first game that United were challenged because they hadn't really faced the top 4 teams so far. And, you know, you faced one of the big boys there and got destroyed. Simple as that. So I don't want to speak too much about United. I know the media have been going quite frenzy about it and, saying all sorts of stuff like, oh, this is why they didn't do well. It's the training method, blah, 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 blah. I couldn't give two monkeys about it, to be honest with you. This is a great win for Liverpool. We were so clinical and we played with such great tempo. And for me, this team are simply breathtaking this season and still unbeaten in the league. Proud moment for the players, for the fans, and our coach as well, manager, Jurgen Klopp, who just defies the odds, in my opinion. We weren't regarded as the favourites going into the season due to a less busy sort of in the transfer window where we've only just recruited Konate. But our spine is so solid that there was only a couple of areas I feel like we could have improved on, but we still have good players in the squad. Our only concern is injuries to keep making sure that these players stay fit throughout the season. But our first 11, our first sort of 18 players, we can challenge any team in this league. So yeah, so for me, people will be looking at United's downfall, and there's already links with Conte possibly becoming the manager, but it was announced today that the faith will be kept regarding Ole's position at the club. So fantastic news for us non-United fans. Ole in, as I like to shout out with my hashtags on social media. But let's put some respect to Liverpool's performance in terms of how they just ran through this United team with ease. And I feel like we could have actually scored a lot more goals. And we did take the foot off the pedal towards the latter stages, probably the last half an hour. So, yeah, I can probably speak all night about this game. I watched the goals again and again for the last couple of days, and it just gets better every time. So, no, fantastic performance. Great for Liverpool. And yeah, one for the records book. And also for another special moment for Mo Salah, who becomes the top scoring African player in the Premier League, beating Didier Drogba. So another record broken for the Egyptian king there. So congrats to him regarding that. And speaking of Drogba, who's a Chelsea legend, we can go on to the Chelsea fixture. So we've got an annihilation from Chelsea, 7-0. Pretty much easy work for the Blues there, despite not having Werner or Lukaku available for this game, and they were both injured during their midweek fixture in the Champions League. So for me, Mason Mount was fantastic throughout this game, and Callum Hudson-Odoi for me did really well as well. So let's just go through the goals. Mount scores a lovely finish to open the scoreline. Hudson-Odoi with the second, nice finish from the left wing. That type of goal, I really like that sort of goal, especially right-footed players. And just open up their body and slide into the bottom corner. Beautiful goal. And Reece James, flying fullback right now for Chelsea, or wing-back, I should say. Lovely dink from him. Nice pass from Mason Mount there. Chilwell getting onto the score sheet. I believe that's 3 on the bounce for him, which is fantastic for a fullback. So great finish from him there as well. On goal regarding the goalkeeper, Krul, and handball in the box, which allowed a penalty to be awarded for Chelsea. Mount misses the first chance as Krul was off his line, so a second try was given, and he was able to convert. So during the latter stages, Loftus-Cheek was through on goal. I feel like he might have scored or tried to score for himself, but unselfishly, he passed it to Mount, and he scored during the latter stages of the game. So fantastic win for Chelsea. Literally, be honest, was a walk in the park for them. Still able to maintain their position in top of the league. So credit where credit is due, to be fair. As I feel like a lot of people may have thought, because of the loss of Lukaku and Werner, that they may not be able to score a lot of goals or cement a solid attack. I know Harris played like a false nine position in this fixture, and it wasn't on the score sheet, but I feel like going forward, they still have enough goals in that team, and they have a lot of strength in depth. So, it's not the end all if they don't have Lukaku or Werner. They'll still find a way, as they're so defensively solid. It allows those creative players to just do their thing. So, fantastic win for Chelsea, and on to the next one for them. So, next fixture, we have Brighton versus Man City. So, I'll be honest, I was expecting a bit more of a closer game. And I feel like Brighton have shown some good form, especially at home. But Man City clearly had too much quality for the side there. Gundogan opens the scoreline from close range. Bernardo Silva producing an overhead kick/pass with the assist there. So nice little moment for him there. Foden on the score sheet, who for me was fantastic throughout the game. Scores as well, and nice run from Grealish on the left wing. Jesus scores from inside the box. Poor goalkeeping from Sanchez, in my opinion. Should have done better. Brighton were able to get a penalty after a foul on Mayempa. So McAllister smashes it to the corner. Ederson unlucky not to actually save that shot, as he did get fingertips to it. But then nevertheless, you have Mahrez getting the fourth goal with a simple finish in the box. And that's another win for City there. Keeps them in third position. Unlucky with the penalty, I guess, but nevertheless, solid performance. And they're looking strong as well right now. So, yeah, great win for the Blues there. Next fixture, Arsenal versus Aston Villa. So, for me, this was a tough game for Arsenal. As on paper, I'd probably have to say Aston Villa are probably not far off in terms of matching Arsenal's quality at this stage. But Villa have been a team that have been lacking form over the course of a few weeks now. So the talking point before this game was the return of Martinez against his former club, which just seems to be an ongoing thing. I feel like that happened such a long time ago. It doesn't need to be spoken about that much now. It's like if Sterling came to Anfield, don't really care. It's like old news now. So let's just move on. But back to the game. Partey was able to open the scoreline with a header from set piece. Target, unfortunately, fouls Lacazette in the box. For me, that was definitely a penalty. Aubameyang steps up. Great save by Martinez. Really stretched to try and grab the ball there. Unfortunately, Aubameyang was able to score from the rebound. You see a Martinez who was quite emotional. Yeah, I feel like he was a bit emotionally charged for this game. Probably not in the right state of mind. These moments, it happens. It's just part of the game. Just have to crack on and hopefully help your team with the next opportunities going forward. Smith Rowe, fantastic performance throughout the game. Gets on the score sheet with a deflected finish. Bit lucky on that part, but nevertheless, great run from the left wing there, and definitely deserved the goal for his effort throughout the game. And Ramsey for Aston Villa scores probably the goal of the game, but only a consolation for Aston Villa there. So this victory actually puts Arsenal in 10th position, which probably, by the sound of it, seems like, oh, they're not doing that well. But there's only 3 points from 4th to 10th right now. So one win can change it all for Arsenal. So they're doing really well, as it's quite a congested top half of the Premier League right now. So let's see how their weeks pan out. Next one for me was definitely the surprise result of the week. Everton, who've been in great form, losing to Watford 5-2 at home. Strange result, as I thought Everton would have been favourites to claim the win here. They started off fantastically with Davies giving Everton a great start, scoring from close range. former Everton striker Josh King equalised it from a set piece. For me, he looked like he had a bit of a chip on his shoulder and definitely wanted to prove a point against his former team here. And that was quite evident throughout the game. But at this stage, Richarlison was able to get the equaliser. Great ball by Michael Keane from the halfway line there. And then Kuka, I believe his name is, puts Watford level. Great powerful header from set piece. Really, really great goal there. And then after that, pretty much became the Josh King show there. Scoring 2 goals in 6 minutes and claiming his 50th and 51st goal in the Premier League. And then Emmanuel Dennis wraps it up for Watford, scoring towards the end of the game with a great victory for Watford. So Ranieri's second game in charge, obviously lost to Liverpool last week, but able to get a big, big win against Rafa's Everton here. Definitely surprised with this result, but Josh King was fantastic throughout this game. Was really clinical in front of goal. So well done to Watford there. And the final game I'll be reviewing is West Ham versus Tottenham. So London derby and another win for West Ham. Before I even get into details about the game, I believe Moyes deserves a lot of praise in terms of how West Ham have started the season. I feel like, including myself, probably thought West Ham would have had a slow start considering they're playing in Europe and they might not have as big of a squad as other teams in the Premier League that are competing for European competitions. But they've done so well. They've managed their players really well. Some of the players are showing some fantastic form. Ben Rama, Antonio, for me, those two in particular. Declan Rice as well has been very solid for this team. Susek, for me, another solid performer. You've got Cresswell and Zuma as well, to be fair. Zuma, I feel like probably goes under the radar in terms of that signing. For me, that was a very, very good signing and a smart one from West Ham there. A proven Premier League player and knows what to do in that position. Young as well, so always room to grow there. So recruitment was really well done from West Ham. But this start of the season was, they've been really, really impressive. The match itself was actually quite a close game. Both teams had plenty of chances. Kane was quite close to scoring with a header on goal. Great save from Fabianski, as if that had gone in, the outcome of the game would possibly have changed to favour Tottenham there. The goal itself, what a lovely cross by Cresswell. Antonio with a nice finish from the near post there. And he's done it again. He can't stop scoring at Spurs. It's just his favourite fixture. So obviously 1-0. So good, fantastic win for West Ham. That's another win, 2 on the bounce, and still able to claim 4th spot right now, which is really great for their season so far. Tottenham, I'll be honest with you, fans shouldn't feel too disheartened regarding this performance. I feel like it was better than what has been shown in the last few weeks. So there are signs of improvement for this team. Obviously, a long way to go as we've just pretty much into the season right now, a couple of months in. So I know a lot of Spurs fans are still frustrated, but it's a work in progress. You've got a new manager who's still trying to figure out his best team, his best formation, probably even trying to figure out the style of play. Is this team going to be a pressing team? Is it going to be a counter-attacking team? At this stage, I don't know, let alone the manager. So I think there's still, at least you're seeing improvements. There was a lot of goals, a lot of chances created during this game. So if there wasn't, I think that would be more of a concern. But, it will take time. So Spurs fans still keep some hope for this season. It's a long way to go. So that's my wrap up for the big games during match week 9. What I'll do for you guys now is present my team of the week, which you guys know I like to do. So let me just pull up my for you guys. So here it is. So let's start with the goalkeeper, Fabianski. So I've got Fabianski in goal, pretty much for a solid performance, but the save in particular against Harry Kane, I feel like that was vital. As if that had gone in, I feel like the outcome of the game would definitely have changed. So I've gone for Fabianski there. Back four, as you can probably tell, just by looking at my team, it's going to be a mix of Chelsea United and sorry, no United, Liverpool players, due to the both high scoring games there. But Reece James for me was fantastic. Lovely goal from him and an assist during the game as well. Konate, fantastic performance from him. He hasn't made a lot of performances or starting games for Liverpool in the Premier League, but for me, showed real promise here. Kept it simple, which I like to see from a defender, and just bossed the defense when required. Roughed up a few United players, which is always great to see. So I have to put him in my team there. Van Dijk, another solid performance from our leader there. Yeah, no arguments there. Fantastic performance from him. Chilwell, as I mentioned previously, 3 goals on the bounce and had a nice finish in this fixture against Norwich. So I had to place him in my team there. Midfield, I've gone for Mason Mount. Start of the show regarding this fixture, fantastic performance, hat-trick as well. And I made a couple assists during the game. So definitely deserves to be in there. Tielemans. So for me, I've got him in this team due to a spectacular goal, top corner, blasted it, beautifully done. And he also helped Leicester with the win against Brentford. So that's why he's in my team there. Naby Keita opened the scoreline against Manchester United. And for me, had a better defensive performance and was a complete midfielder during this fixture. Obviously was injured at the latter stages and had to leave due to a bad tackle from Pogba. But I feel like he still warrants to be in this team as he had a fantastic performance. And hopefully his injury is not too bad and he's able to make a swift return. Hopefully see him in action in the Premier League very, very soon. Front three, I've gone for Foden. Another great performance there with a couple of assists. King, hat-trick for Everton, for the former Everton old boy there, sorry, I should say. Fantastic performance. Left foot, right foot. Showed his quality in this fixture. And finally, and I feel like this player, my guy here, will pretty much be ever present in my team of the week. And not to be biased as well, he's just been phenomenal this year. Hat trick against Manchester United, our arch rivals there, and also the assist for the opening goal. Unbelievable form. Best player in the world, no arguments required here. Simply amazing. So that's my team of the week. So next we can actually talk about fantasy football. So a lot of managers, fantasy football managers, I should say, had a great week. Especially, I think most people should have Mo Salah in the team, and if you've made him captain, then you've definitely enjoyed the rewards of his star performance against Manchester United there. So there'll be a lot of high-performing managers this week. I myself got 80 points, so not too bad. I thought that was a decent performance there. But the actual manager of the week in our FPL League is Chris Barnett, who scored 116 points. So congrats, Chris. Fantastic performance from you this week. Yeah. I was looking at your team. You made some good decisions, especially as you had Foden in your team and then you had Mo Salah. So, yeah, fantastic from you there. Before we conclude the show, I will briefly speak about tomorrow's fixture, which is Preston versus Liverpool. So this is part of the EFL Cup there. So just going through the team news that I discovered before I went live. Unfortunately, Milner will not be playing alongside Fabinho. Fabinho will possibly start against Brighton, which is our next fixture. Kelleher, I believe, is still injured. Keita, I don't believe will be starting, as he's just come from an awful tackle from Pogba. So they'll probably try and wrap him up in cotton wool until he's pretty much ready to go. Gordon as well, who's one of our young stars in the under-23 teams. I don't think will be available for this fixture. So, I'm sorry, Thiago Alcantara, close to making a full recovery, but not quite ready for this fixture. So, quite a few players missing here. So, in terms of lineup, I believe will be Adrian in goal. I'll go with a back four of Simicast, Nathaniel Phillips, who hasn't really been able to play much minutes so far. So I feel like it'll be worth giving him um some action under his belt. You've got Joe Gomez as well, who I believe has been more of a bit part player this season, and the start would be great for his fitness during this game here. And I'll go for Nico Williams, as Milner's not available for this fixture. So that's my back four. I probably wouldn't usually start Henderson in this fixture, but I feel like with so many missing midfielders, I feel like it's probably the right decision. As I would like to progress in this cup. I know it's not really a cup that's highly regarded, but a trophy is a trophy. And for Klopp, I'd like it to be where he's able to have won every trophy available as Liverpool manager. So as much as we don't take it seriously, to be fair, it is a cup that's not really high on many of the club's agenda, apart from Man City, who love winning it. Feel like we can give it a go this year. We've got good sort of second string and some great young players coming through the ranks. So great opportunity for people to maintain their match fitness, but as well as giving some opportunities to the youngsters. So I'd go for midfield with Henderson, Curtis, who's just come back from injury, but I feel like it'll be fantastic for him to get a start in this game, and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's not played as many games as he would probably have liked. So that would be my midfield there. And then front three, I've gone for Jota, Origi, and Minamino to start. So I feel like there's a good mix here. Solid players available here. Not too many of the youth players. And I feel like it's still an important fixture. Try to progress as far as we can. I believe one of our players who's on loan to Preston, Vandenberg, is actually going to play for Preston, as we've given him permission to play against us during this fixture. So that'll be interesting for him, and we'll see how he plays. But in terms of scoreline, always tricky to predict, as that is a team that I would go for, but who knows what the lineup will be. So I'd probably go for like a 3-0. Feel like we've got enough quality there, a lot of goals there, so shouldn't be able to expect a below average performance. Feel like if we have a solid first half, we'll be able to get the win quite swiftly. So that's my prediction there, 3-0. So that concludes our show. So thank you for everyone tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. The next episode will be this Thursday, 28th of October, where I'll be previewing all the matches for match week 10, including Brighton against Liverpool, which will be one of the main ones that I'll speak about, but as well as provide predictions for the other games. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be going live at 10 p.m., which is normally our normal time slot. But again, thank you very much. Take care, stay safe, and I shall see you guys very soon. Goodbye.